Man, we what's the deal, man? Listen, man, we got the big dog, we got the OG, the New Orleans native, the Magnolia, the third water, the rapper, the now I'm gonna say he's in the real estate now. He transitioned over from the streets to legit business, man. I
Oh, bro,
need y'all to
you know what it's hitting for. I ain't
come.
big. I ain't too big in real estate yet. You know? I ain't too big in it. I'm just dibbling and dabbling. You feel me?
Man, listen here, man.
You know, what they call it, on the job training, OJT. You heard me? On job training. You heard me?
Hey, but you getting the job done though. You doing better than some of these other ones. Some of these other niggas ain't got nothing but chains, some clothes, and some shoes in the car. They
You know,
with no house. You did?
it take a minute to get there. You feel me? I used to be the same way, bro. I ain't thought about none of that when I was on the block. You feel me? I thought my block was all I needed was a whip and ride down my street and I'm good. You feel me? In a chain.
Hey, well,
It take a minute for you to get there. You feel me?
right. I'm glad you got into that, man, because we can start right there, bro. Because I want to know who were you? What was it like for you growing up before you was Magnolia leaving, bro? When you was a kid growing up in Magnolia before the
Yeah,
street shit came into play.
it really I heard on, the West Coast, y'all got gangs, like stuff like Crips and Bloods. It really, in New Orleans, we have walls. They have like third wall, 10th wall, 17 on to the fifth wall and shit like that. So all us had to go to like our district schools. So basically we'll have one school that's on one side of town, and that means the third wall, the 10th wall, and the 17th. Everybody wanted to go to that school, so everybody found somebody who stayed in that area to get over there, because that's where all the girls was, or that's where you wanted to hang at. That's what school it was cool to go to. And so that's where the drama played in the part at, you feel me? Because it was like the third wall hanging with each other, and then you got the 10th wall, and you got the 17th, which they gonna hang with each other, you feel me? So that's how we came up. Like before that, like everybody who basically like BG, Turk is basically, that's my childhood friend, you feel me? We basically grew up, he off the old side, I'm off the new side. BG don't stay too far away from the projects. That's like about 3 blocks, 3 to 5 or 6 blocks.
What he say what he say, Valence and Magnolia?
Yeah, Valence and Magnolia.
Yeah.
That basically split our neighborhood into 2 different halves, like the old side and the new side. When a lot of people see the Magnolia, that's actually a street in the project. And it's an old side. And it's an old side and a new side part of the project. You feel me?
And what part you from?
I'm from the new side. I'm off of Willow Street.
Okay.
Right, with Gangsta, Hot Diesel, and people like that. You feel me? And Jude from the old side, but Jude was like one of the best barbers in the neighborhood. So you had to go on his side of the project to get your haircut. And plus, that's where everything happened. Anybody, wherever it's popping at, whoever lit, that's where it's popping at. You feel me? So that's where you wanted to go get your haircut at. And plus, once Jude popped, that was a wrap. Everybody wanted to go over that way, which he had another barber that he come up under named Rusty. So everybody wanted to go over there and just get their haircut and be on the scenery. You feel me?
Right. Hey, at what age would you say, we know the term, bro, because we adapted that term. I believe that's the first time I heard it. I got it from y'all. But at what age would you say you jumped off the porch?
I see. It really ain't specifically no age considered jumping off the porch, because even when the OGs out there, you had to go to the store or something to even be down, you feel me? To even to get to conversate with them, or either, like they had people in my neighborhood like Black and Mo, Eric Maurice, man. I done been walking from the store and this dude just grab my bag and make a sandwich, and then he make a sandwich. I'm like, man, what you doing? This my mama.
Wait, what?
Like, and from where I'm from, like they have like a corner store, which is a deli.
Yeah.
You go there, you probably, get $2 worth of meat and a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
But you gotta walk up the street to get to get back to your house. And OGs would be like, man, come here, man. And this so happened, this here dude just made a sandwich with my groceries. You feel me? And I'm like, man, you tripping. You heard me? I'm young. But the whole time it's just an OG that's looking out for me. And my mama knew him, and everybody in the neighborhood knew him. You feel me?
Oh, okay.
Like, man, tell your mama who did this. You feel me? I'm Black and Mo.
Okay.
Like, what the hell? The whole time he just training me. You feel me? Like, man, you got to handle your business through here. If you able to walk through here, you good for the rest of your life, wherever they put you at on the planet. You feel me?
Understood.
My street was a different part of my street was really the happenings. It's like Wild Willow And it's
Yep.
basically like, well, most of the murders and stuff like that happen in the project. So my street you had to really be like, this is a bad thing to admit, but you know, like all of the killers in my neighborhood, that's who you looked it up to, and that's who you had to follow behind, like in order to be something in my neighborhood. Like
Right.
my city based off of murders. Like you really ain't nobody unless you really done put in some street work or something. Feel
And
me?
you know what's so crazy, to quick, not to cut you off, but to piggyback on that, man, it's so sad to say that, like, down here, that it's so sad to see what the people attracted to and what the people adopted to. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember when I first started seeing y'all and just even hearing just the music, it wasn't just all about the killing. It was like y'all had so much culture and all of that, right? Y'all culture, the accent was heavy, but then when the DVD started coming out, it was like, damn. Then
different ball game.
It's a whole different ball game. Like, oh, they really doing that shit. They talking about the choppers and they really running around there doing that.
You know, like being from New Orleans, like growing up, our favorite rapper, the upcoming rappers, Four Wise and Soulja Slim.
Yep.
Like he talked about powder.
Yep.
And heroin. Like that's what our culture was built on. So anybody who young and up and coming, for to get that slur in their verse or whatever, you thought it was cool to toot heroin or get on heroin. And it wasn't like downplay, like, you know, how it is today. Like, man, don't do no heroin. Back in the day, it was like you snort heroin, you cool, you feel me?
Right.
And then, you know, that's when you build your stripes up in the neighborhood.
And everybody high off the heroin, they full of that diesel, and they just everybody just.
Well, then we had Soulja Slim actually had an album called Dark Side, and he put out a song called Powder Bag. You feel me? And basically that pushed our culture into doing coke. You feel me?
Damn,
like Slim was basically like the leader for a lot of things. Like he put down a lot of work in the game that a lot of people don't know about, like Dark Side and, you know, How You Wanna and all of them songs prior to him being Soulja Slim. People don't know his background.
It was Magnolia Slim.
Yeah.
Right. Understood. Now you was talking about Wild Willow, man, because I see that's what you your boy Be Stupid and a few of the other y'all off of Wild Willow.
Yeah. Be Stupid is off of he's actually off of like Willow Street and like the condo. Like he actually stayed on the condo. Willow in Washington, which was round the corner from Magnolia Shorty, Renetta, you feel me?
Yeah.
So basically, that's why all of us like our mama played cards together, you feel me? So when we come outside, we actually see each other. It's not like our neighborhood, like big. It's really small. Like everybody knew everybody. Like the bounce culture. Like out our neighborhood, we had a person named Vodka Redu who do bounce. He's a nation artist that's up in Houston popping right now for bounce. Like all us really knew each other. Like this was really like, I'm gonna say about 8 blocks that we all had to share and had to get along.
That's the whole, you say the whole Magnolia was like 8 blocks?
Like 8 blocks, but it's like a big like 8 blocks. Yeah, because you know the project is like 3 stories high. Yeah. And then they separate each building like what I could say horizontal. And then you got Magnolia, and then you get to the old side, and the old side is basically made like U's, like the letter U.
Yep.
And that's how they sit on the old side. So, you
know. And I noticed, man, because they used to rap about y'all had the cuts in the hallways, and I was looking, when you see some of the videos and some of them DVDs, it's like, oh, no wonder how your ass would get left stuck right here.
Basically could be on the porch and somebody could come out the cut on you and do you anything, because the back of the project is basically like a driveway, because you couldn't park in the front of the projects, because the front of the projects is a court. So everybody parked on the back. Once they park in the back, you don't know who back there. They could just walk out the cut and basically stick a K cutter or whatever through there and do whatever they got to do, and then head back to their car. And you'll never know who it was. You feel me?
Damn, and that at that time out, y'all was the murder cat. What Soulja Slim say? Yeah, if you was off the porch at 94, you was a gangster.
94, yeah. If you was off the porch at 94, you're a gangster.
94 was really that bad?
Man, 94 was the era of when you know, jacking was in the play, and starter jackets and 8-ball jackets. And it was just get it how you live during that time. You feel me?
That's crazy, man.
Like 94, you had to really be a gangster to be. And sometimes you'll come home from school and they'd be like, man, y'all go inside. They about to do a drive-by or whatever. You feel me?
Damn, man. So in the midst of all of that, right? At what point did you start rapping? How would you say?
Actually, I started rapping like about, I'm gonna say like 13. Birdman, he was like, come to the studio. That's
Damn, my bad. You was
out.
breaking up. Can you hear me?
Just get ready. Look like it's.
Can you see? Can you hear me? There we go. Here we go. Bam, there we go. You can hear me? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, bam. I'm gonna just pick up where we left off at. I was saying, at what age did you start rapping? Because that's where it cut off and I couldn't even hear.
Yeah. I'm gonna say about 13, between 15, because the first person who got me in the studio was BG Derrick. Everybody might know him from off the Baller Blocking and Big Thomas CDs, because that's baby nephew, Bulletproof BG Derrick. And he was supposed to be the fifth hot boy also, you feel me?
Right.
So he put me in the studio and we wound up doing an album with Smoked Out, and Young Buck and Pimp C had got on that album. So that's how it really started, from BG Derrick. That was like my best friend, you feel me? We went to school together, and that man had a Bubble Eye Lex in high school, you feel me? So we pull up in high school, shit, everybody like, man, who the fuck that is, you feel me? Like, this man had a Hummer and everything at an early age, because all us went to school together, me, him, and Turk. BG would have went to school with us, but BG was like already off the porch, thugging it with the hood shit, you feel me? Hustling and shit.
Okay. So BG a little older than y'all?
Yeah, BG a little older than us. He probably about, I'm gonna say like 4 to 5 years older than us.
Okay, yeah. Okay, free BG, man.
Yeah,
so
man, he'll be home in a minute, you feel me?
Right.
That'd be some minor setback for a major comeback.
Right, exactly. So look, BG Derrick was supposed to be the fifth hot boy, right? And then that was that was like your road dog right there.
Yeah, that was my road dog, you heard me?
And yeah, because he's from a different project than you, right?
Yeah, see, that's what played a major part with me too. Me being able to go to different neighborhoods and not get into it with nobody. Because once I got on with him, everybody liked him because he was like free-hearted, you feel me? Okay. He was like, since baby jumped out of the streets, he was still wanted to be in the streets. That was like him, you feel me? He was like, man, I got it. My uncle and pop, like Bird, that's before he got the $30 million deal. Right. Bird had already stepped out. Birdman had already stepped out the street, but Derrick didn't want to leave the street. So he'll come through and just like anybody who hungry and who wasn't hustling, he'll put them on and be like, "Yeah, man, you're good." Or either take you shopping or just had you around because he had the whips and the money. The money was nonstop now. You feel me? Right. Bird getting legal money now. So and so that's they say love gets you killed. You feel me? And that's what happened with him. Basically, was still coming around the hood looking like too much. You feel me? He went to looking like lunch to people. You feel me?
And he turned, and then people got to hating, and they
snaked him. You feel me? And that's how the game mostly go. But man, BG Derrick, man, every day he basically the reason I'm able like really like survived out here. He gave me the game at an early age. You feel me?
Right. So speaking of BG Derrick, and rest in peace to him, and speaking of that. What? Let's talk about 33 St. Charles.
33 St. Charles, basically.
Third floor, right?
That was the third floor. That's where everybody hung at. So if you wanted to catch up with Birdman, that's where you go at. If you wanted to get your demo or either get on the label, you had to go to 33 St. Charles to even catch up with them. And don't too many people get to come inside of the building because Bird had to really like trust you for you, or he had to know your uncles and them or somebody to even let you in the building. But so happened I was off of Willow Street. So that way I got the pass because I knew Hot Beaver and I knew Giggity, you feel me?
Right. Now but see, because those were original Hot Boys, right?
The original Hot Boys. That's what everybody really wanted to be like. That's where they got the name from. Hot Boys and shit like that. You feel me?
Now Birdman brother is Baby Gangsta, ain't it?
That's Giggity, yeah.
That's Giggity. That's Gangsta.
Yeah.
That's
he's still locked up. He got life in 28. You feel me?
God damn, man. And he was the original Hot Boy too. That's why BG called himself. That's why the rapper BG call himself Lil BG.
Yeah, baby gangster.
Understood, understood. I got you. Cause at first, you know, bro, I'm in California. All we know is the Hot Boys, and we going crazy. We got the music. We there for the talent shows, Halloween. We got Soulja Rags. We not even knowing that.
Yeah, like
it's a real we not knowing that. You know what I'm saying? Until I got old enough, and I'm like, and then I doubled back and went back to the music, and then I you know what I listened to? When and it started playing back in my head. What song BG had? I think it was on Hottest of the Hot. When he say their name, Dune and Sterling Mosquito.
Yeah, Dune and Sterling and Mosquito.
Yeah, I'm like,
that's basically like that was really all of the Hot Boys. Basically, everybody cut from that same cloth of them dudes. You feel me? Because like the Dooney Boys, that's basically Dooney. Dooney was a Hot Boy.
Right.
That was Hot Beezel best friend. You feel me?
Right.
So you know everybody still cut from the same cloth. It's just like you know different age brackets. Because Hot had done went legal, so you still had Dooney in the neighborhood. You feel me?
Right.
So that's where it became the Dooney Boys. That's where that came from. Because Dooney was a giving person too. He was like, man, you ain't eating here. I'm gonna help you eat. You feel me? And you couldn't come in the neighborhood if you didn't know them or hustle for them or something like that. You feel me? You ain't no way you was coming around that with if you ain't on their type of time.
Now, see, you know, that was always confusing to me because you kind of said it earlier, right? Like you said that y'all didn't gangbang, right? But outside looking in, when we look at y'all and we see how this project don't get along with this project, it's the same as like gang.
Yeah, it's the same as gangbanging. That's what I'm saying. It's just not two. It's more than one. You know, you got Crips. Well, I can't say two because they have other things besides Blood and Crips out there, correct?
For you got Bloods, Crips, and essays, bro. For the most part, we don't have no GDs, ain't no BDs, ain't no. You got Bloods, Crips, essays, and who's.
See, like we have like really, it's a whole different bunch. You got the 17, and even the 17 is split up. That's Wayne hood, the 17. But Wayne actually from one part of the hood up in there. He from Holly Grove. Right. The 17 actually is Holly Grove, Pigeon Town, Nigger Town, and that's like 4 or 5 different parts. But my hood is basically the Magnolia, but when you really get inside of the Magnolia, it's 2 parts too. It's the old side and the new side. But outside looking in, it's just the Magnolia. Because we all get along, because it's our neighborhood. But then you got the Mouth, like the Magnolia. You might don't get along with some people out the Magnolia. You might don't get along with Mouth people. But me coming up, as a youngin' in middle school, I didn't get along with people from the Mouth until I got up in the age, and I realized, man, like they got gangsters everywhere. You feel me?
Right.
Like one of my homies, he out the Mouth, Uncle Laurel. Like that's my nigga. I gotta run with him. You feel me? So and we click clack from music. Right. From one of our close friends, BG Derrick. Me and him started hanging because of BG Derrick.
Oh, I got it.
That's where our bond grew from. Not me and him talk every day. That's like my brother. When I went through my situation, he was there to support me through everything. You feel me?
Right. Yeah, because I had seen that on the DVD, and I was wondering. I'm like, damn, how did you? They had to, somebody felt some type of way when you brought
the rail in my neighborhood. Yeah, that's the same way. Some people felt some type of way when I went in his neighborhood. But me skating on his G-Pass when I'm in his neighborhood, and he's skating on my G-Pass and he in my neighborhood. But every OG ain't gonna feel like it's cool, you feel me? But Uncle Laurel understood that. He was like, man, it's cool. I gotta fall back on that one. Right. That's how I went, you feel me?
And he was able to walk up out of there clean, so
he been young too before, you feel me? He know how it is when a younger. Some youngins be like, man, it's what it is. It's what it is on spot.
Right.
So by me having my G-Pad, they were like, oh man, let him go. You feel me?
Understood.
And when I'm in his neighborhood, some youngins might want to do me something, but they see him and he be like, let that go.
Right.
So,
Now
that's how it go in our neighborhood. You feel me?
Right. At what point did you? Because did you actually turn Cutthroat Committee? You signed, or what happened with that?
And basically, like Slim had the independent label. Slim was the only artist that was signed to Koch Records. Okay. But he was putting together a compilation. I was like pre-signing to him getting his deal. I was actually gonna be one of the main artists on the Cutthroat Committee compilation. Me, Chaotic, Uncle Laurel. I had brought Uncle Laurel in with Slim.
Right.
And then
He had the other young dude too.
Lil
Lil
Real.
Real one.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
you know, Lil Real one. He incarcerated right now too.
He got a lot of time, huh?
Yeah, he got a life sentence too.
Damn.
You feel me? He caught a body on Bourbon Street.
Oh god damn.
I think he was on First 48. I haven't talked to him in a minute, but I'm gonna try to reach out to him again.
Gotcha.
You know, he reach out to me every now and then. You feel me? And Chaotic just touched down. You feel me?
Yeah,
so he recording some music right now. He recording
yeah.
some music right now. But the Cutthroat Committee thing, that was Slim putting together a whole movement. In actuality, Slim was supposed to get a label deal. Him and Turk was going to do a label deal for Cutthroat, but Turk didn't want to do the label deal with Slim, so he wound up backing out on that, and that's how Slim got the independent for his own album deal. And then after that, they saw how good I'll Pay For It did, so that's when they wanted to come with the label, and that's where we played in the part at.
Okay, I got you. Okay, yeah, I'll pay for it was high because I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it if I want it. If I want it.
A lot of people don't know Slow Motion was actually one of Slim's solo songs, and he gave that to Juve. Juve really didn't want to put that on his album because he was like saving for something else because he knew it was a smash hit. But Slim was putting the pressure on him, like, man, let's get it going. Let's get it going. This Magnolia, we stamped. Let's go ahead and get it going because the whole hood had done combined it and just moving all together on the same time. So that's why that came about. And what you were about to say?
No, I'm listening to you.
And then Slim they also had another song called You Bootin' Up. And all those was like really like us just hanging out and going to the studio and just start back kicking it and hanging with each other, smoking and drinking and stuff like that at Juve's studio on Chapel Tools. So, you know, and just the shit with Slim happened, you feel me, at a bad time.
Right. And that seemed like that kind of messed up a lot of everything.
It messed up a whole movement, man. Juve, I still talk to Juve and you know, Wack, my brother, you feel me? That's basically like myself reincarnated.
Wack from Magnolia too, right?
Yeah, Wack off of Magnolia Street. Wack actually is basically Killer Stone right here, man. You feel me? That's how I met Wack, you feel me? But you know, all us me and Wack, man, we used to ride around in at the time I was a youngin'.
Yeah.
My girl only had a Kia Rio, bro. We used to mob up in there and just go around and eat in that bitch and do all type of crazy shit. Me Wack and the other little young dudes I hung with, you feel me?
Yeah. Hey, that was a trip. You said that Slow Motion was originally Slim's song.
Yeah.
I wonder why Slim didn't want to put it out himself.
Because at that time, I Pay For It was already popping, but Slim know you gotta have, once you get that momentum, you gotta keep it moving. And he know Juve had a momentum too. So he was like, just to let everybody know, it ain't no competition or comparison here. We gonna drop this here together and fuck their head up. And that's what it did, you feel me? And that shit took off in one night, bro. I'm talking about like one night they heard the song that I think it's Tipitina's on LaSalle, and I think that's Chapel Tools in LaSalle.
Right.
And they performed that song on Slim birthday party. And from there, it was a wrap. It just took off. That motherfucker was like gasoline.
Listen here.
It just took off. Like the next week, it was like, man, what? Like this shit, the #1 added song on urban radio.
Man, that song, listen, you can play that song anywhere. You can play that right now today. We know the lyrics are all, man. We know all, man. Listen, man. We the same way we know Snoop and all of that shit.
Yeah.
We know y'all music, brother.
Man, the same here, man. You know my favorite rapper, Corrupt. You feel me? Like Corrupt. I like Kendrick. I like Schoolboy Q. And then y'all got a lot of youngest coming up there too. I think y'all got a new little dude that's popping on. One Take J.
Yeah, One Take J. Yeah, we got One Take J.
That got the hottest song right now.
Yeah. We got it's a lot of, like you said, it's a lot of new young dudes out here, man, for sure.
And what's his name from LA too, huh? Pac-Man the Gunman.
Oh, my mom, Pac-Man the Gunman is actually Nipsey Hussle boy. They from the same hood.
Oh, all right. So they all up under the marathon thing.
Yeah, Pac-Man tied in.
Yeah, see, I ain't know that.
Pac-Man.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
He got Pac-Man. He got his boy Jay Stone. They got Cobby Supreme over there. They got G.I. Joe. It's a lot of them over there. Yeah.
And because I think that's the Slauson on mixtape. That's when I found out about the guy named Bino. who was doing all the
Bino.
court. Man,
Yep.
that's so nice too.
Yeah.
I don't know why he ain't took all the way off yet, bro. That man, that's so cold, bro.
He got a new joint. His last joint he just dropped. He got one with Young Thug.
Yeah,
It's
man.
hot.
Yeah, just like the 3 songs he had with Nipsey had Thug on like
Hot.
2 of them. Like,
Yeah.
man, that's strong, bro. He got a pen game that's crazy.
Yeah, Bino, no joke. We playing Bino.
Yeah.
Hey, did you went? Did you okay? So you went rap a lot too?
Basically Rap a Lot was on. I was connected through Rap a Lot. You know, after Katrina, everybody went up to Houston. And Bump B actually opened his home for Wacko, and just tagging along with Wacko, we wound up staying by Bump B doing after the Katrina thing. When I went up to Houston. But on Rap a Lot, that's always been family because after Juve left Cash Money, he went to Rap a Lot. And Wacko at that time, Wacko was messing with Brandy, which is Jay Prince's daughter. You feel me? So basically, we all was around each other like every day during the Houston after Katrina thing. And plus, you know, Wack and Skip dropped their second album with Rap a Lot. And all those videos and everything was performed at Rap a Lot compound.
Oh, okay.
Like a lot of them songs that's on the Rap a Lot, the Wack and Skip album, I was actually on some of those songs, like them choruses. They just redid the choruses and stuff like that, and you know, just changed everything around because I wound up moving to Baton Rouge and then I moved to Atlanta.
Okay, got you.
So that's the only reason that I didn't make that album, and I had got shot up during that time.
Now, speaking of that, man, you had got shot 5 times, man. What could you speak on? What happened with that situation? Do you even remember?
Basically, you know, it's just hood shit. You feel me?
Right.
Like being a youngster roaming and being out and about. You feel me? And living, you know, everybody. What I could say, you know, from the, you know, when you headed in a good direction, shit like that gonna happen. I'm like basically turned into lunch too. I'm riding around in Juve Lamborghini and Wack got a Benz and I'm seen in all their cars all the time. Of course, somebody gonna try you feel me? And then, you know, we the capital, the heroin capital at that time, you feel me? Heroin was, you feel me? Heroin was everywhere. So of course you're gonna have somebody that trade that line and walk it, you feel me?
Right. How many, you got hit 5 times? Where at exactly?
2 in my shoulder, 1 in my arm, 1 in my hip, and 1 next to my groin.
God damn, man. What was your recovery? How long did it take you to recover?
It took me to about, I'm gonna say like about 7 months to be actually up and walking again. You feel me? Because I wound up getting 132 staplers right next to my groin area. You feel me? Right. But I ain't gonna lie, my nigga Wack, that nigga held me down through that whole time. You feel me? He held me down through that whole time. That actually was my duck off area. You feel me? When I couldn't go nowhere else because I couldn't move, I'd be at the Wack house just writing and fucking off. You feel me? And you know, just fucking off in the studio shit.
Right. And you said BG tried to come up there and see you too when you were in the hospital.
That's when the hospital thought I was famous because they was like, man, of course, all these people trying to pay you a visit, and Jesus was trying to. Mac Main actually made it up there to come and see me and shit.
Oh yeah,
Mac is my nigga. I actually talked to Mac yesterday.
Shout out to Mac Main.
Yeah, man, that's like a childhood friend there. You feel me?
Oh wait, like Mac Main from Magnolia?
No, Mac Main from the Holly Grove. You know,
all right.
Yeah, you know, all us basically like school, like all us went to school together. Mac went to Mac Main, but I went to Wright in middle school, and Mac Main was like middle school and high school together. They carried like 6th and 7th grade. So when I used to catch the bus home, Mac would be at that same bus stop, getting on the bus stop with Wayne and Mac. You feel me? All us went to Lafayette Elementary though.
Oh wait, so you would see Wayne too?
Yeah, Wayne. All us. I told you, all us in the same like zip code, and all us had to attend somewhat of a school together. You feel me? So we all went to Lafayette Elementary. But during my high school days, they always had a cipher that was up in Xavier College. And Mac Main was known throughout the whole college for the freestyle king. Like he really had it on smash up there. And, you know, because we also did battle rap too, because you had to have bars. So I was like, man, who this cat Mac Main is? So I went to the college or whatever, you know, like the basketball game, and they have ciphers. So that's how I met him, because he was really controlling it. And when I got in it, that's when he was like, ooh, that boy fire. And that's when they start bringing me around to challenge Lil Wayne and shit like that.
Now that's
like, I'm the only one that probably had enough balls and shit to be like, you know, fuck with Wayne. But you know, Wayne was good. Wayne been a dog. Wayne been a dog at memorizing his raps, bro. This man could memorize 100 raps in like a week and be ready to
damn.
shoot clips. Like he really be like just sitting there, like you looking through your tablet. He already know what he's spitting next.
Oh yeah, he ain't wheezing for no reason, huh?
Yeah,
Hey, so okay, so you battled Wayne, right?
yeah, I battled way before.
Now, who would you say? Who you say the winner was?
Like I'm, of course, you know Weezy a dog. You feel me? You can't take
Right.
that from Weezy.
Right.
Only reason I'm gonna say that I won because I feel like I've been in the streets more than Wayne. You feel me?
Understood. Okay.
Yeah,
Understood.
so you know that's how I be like, man, you ain't did enough yet, man. Like
Understood.
I even
Okay.
been too big for my britches before. Like I done ran across Slim and been like, say Slim, man, I think I'm colder than you because I felt like I had more balls than him. And
Right.
Slim pat me on my head and was like, man, go sit down. You ain't did enough in the street. Like, what you mean?
Yeah.
Like you know, coming up as a youngster, you feel like, oh, I'm ready to clap something.
Right.
I'm gonna shoot something just to show them I ain't for joke, I ain't for play. You feel
Right.
me?
Right.
And being that I want to rap with Soulja Slim, I'm like, man, I ain't taking nothing from nobody. I'm riding around with a burner, whoever play with me getting clapped on sight just to prove my point to him. Like, man, I ain't playing.
I ain't know. Yeah, I ain't no little kid like you think I am.
Yeah.
Man, stop playing with me, boy.
And I felt one day, I think we was on Martin Luther King and Jackson. Let me know it was Martin Luther King and like Felicity. And this right before I got with the cutthroat thing. So I ran up on Slim. I'm like, man, I'm ready, man. I'll smoke you. You feel me? Slim was like, man, sit down somewhere, leave it. Because Slim know me from hype enough and everything from being a kid.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, sit down somewhere. I'm like, no, man, I'm really ready. Slim like, man, you ain't good enough in the street to be talking to me yet. So I was like, all right, man, it's cool. I ain't tripping. You know, Slim sunned me on that day, you feel me? And from that day forward, I went to hanging with him and shit like that. And I used to hang out at his house on Baron Street and shit like that, you feel me?
Hey, man, how did that work, or how did people feel? Because I know everything like the Cali up in the Magnolia didn't kind of see eye to eye at one point, or some people. How did that work with Soulja being signed to Master P? I wonder. How did y'all look at that?
Like, you know, at that time, P was basically already in LA. His movement was in LA.
Yeah. He was
he
came from the Bay,
yeah. So that's why I didn't really rub nobody the wrong way. And then you got to look at C Murder was a force for the Calio. And C Murder took a liking to Slim because Slim wasn't no back down type of person. Slim was like, man, whatever it's gonna be, it's gonna be. And they both was the same. And so it was basically like, we might as well just go ahead on and collide and get this here rolling and move it, you feel me? Because at one time, you know, ain't wasn't no backing down. And then, you know, after Giggity got locked up, all of the beef like pretty much died down.
Oh, okay. So it kind of led.
C Murder wasn't no pushover. He had the gangsters over there by him too, you feel me?
Right.
But a lot of those gangsters, you got to look at a lot of those gangsters did time with Soulja Slim. So automatically they're gonna be like, when we was in jail, Slim ain't no pushover neither.
So they all know each other.
Yeah, that's basically like what his name is on Whack 100 and what's the other guy name? That's
Big U.
Big U. Like, you know, you heard when they told the story when they was in jail, they was working out together.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I go. You feel me?
Right. So that's what I was just thinking. It's like the streets is the same for the most part, all across LA. Yes, bro. Because that's how a lot of people out here they know each other. So they typically, you know, the ones that gang bang, they know they enemies. Most of them out here, bro, that gang bang, they know they enemies because they enemies live right around the corner, just like it might be out there in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, the project only like about 10 blocks apart. So we basically know it. Yeah, that's it. It's only like 10 blocks apart. The Melf is to, if you're standing on Washington and Willow, the Melf is more like to the right-hand side. The Calio is to the left, which is probably like Claiborne Highway and Earhart is the Calio right there. And that's about, I'm gonna say that's about 10 blocks, a mile apart.
Damn, that's it.
And the 10 wall is kind of far. To the St. Thomas, that's where BG Derrick basically grew up in the St. Thomas. So that's basically, I'm gonna say about another mile apart. That's up like towards Chapatulas and Jackson. But you know, all us collided with each other during Mardi Gras time. Like if you was out the Magnolia, you hung on Ward 6 and St. Charles. But if you walk down to Jackson and St. Charles, you running into the 10th wall. And you know it's drama there.
Understood.
Because that's their whole neighborhood. That's where they at. That's where they come to see the parade at. Now you in a different area.
And that's when the Mardi Gras used to really. That's where you got that.
Yeah, that's when
game
all the
time.
drama pop off. Yeah, because you had to go to a parade with a strap. It ain't no sense of you going to the parade empty-handed. Now either way you're gonna get jumped or whatever. You feel me?
Something gonna happen.
Something gonna happen.
Now let me ask you that. How do so like because out here people they distinguish people, you know, it's not when they gang bang, cause see, I don't personally gang bang, right? But my family and everybody, you know. Yeah. So the colors it just symbolize whatever gang they from. Yeah. Like how do y'all be knowing who's who? Like if you don't know them and never met them before, are y'all just approaching each other
basically the tent wall, they wore Pittsburgh jerseys. Pittsburgh Steelers jerseys, and you know, I think their favorite player at that time was who wore number 10, Cordell Stewart or something like that.
Yeah, because Jerome Bettis wasn't on number 10, isn't it?
Jerome Bettis was 36, so I think it was Cordell Stewart. At that time, whatever number they liked that had the 10 on it, which is tent wall, St. Thomas, the tent wall. So they'll wear their jerseys, and they'll have all their jerseys will be like Pittsburgh or either to be Indianapolis, and all of them have 10s on it. So you know, like, man, all them niggas from the tent wall. And basically for us, we wore camouflage rags, or either we wore red rags, which is blood rags out there.
Right.
So that's how they knew us. And if you keep going down the Melf, they had their own little swag. They probably wore down. You got the Ninth Ward. The Ninth Ward will whatever they want. But you know, you could basically distinguish them apart. They always have something that they wear to let you know.
Understood. Now, speaking of Mardi Gras, what's really the difference between Mardi Gras and just like a second line?
All right, Mardi Gras is basically like a 2-month span. Mm-hmm. And they have floats, and they also have Indians too. But it's basically like every high school band, college band, all them get in a line with trucks that's throwing beads and, you know, and trophies and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But second line is basically like the Indians. They come to the park and they have a DJ, which is basically like speakers and music, and they play it in that one neighborhood. And everybody come to that one neighborhood. It's basically like a mini Mardi Gras without floats and bands. It's basically like a block party with Indians.
Understood. Because the second line, or did the second line too go through like everybody project or go past it?
It's like they have two different second lines. They have an uptown second line and a downtown second line. And then also with second lines, they have Super Sunday. Super Sunday is basically like it's an uptown Super Sunday and it's a downtown Super Sunday. And that's just the only two that's separated.
Understood. Okay.
Yeah, so you know, like an uptown Super Sunday, that's everybody coming to our neighborhood. Luckily for us, the park that they chose for Super Sunday is always in the Magnolia. That's where you saw me and BG on the video at. And you know, all of my videos is at that park because that's basically like where everybody hang at. That's Shakespeare Park. That's on Washington, and that's Washington. Washington is the side street, but in between that is Ferret and that's LaSalle. And so that park is basically like a landscape of the Magnolia Park.
Was that the same park? What you say? I don't kill no more. I found a new way.
That's Shakespeare.
Like the dudes that agree.
It was me, Whack, and Be Stupid out there. Yeah.
Out there. Okay. All right. I got you. And then that was the same place when I think one of your homegirls started rapping.
Yeah, Kiki. Okay. You know, at that time, she was going with Turk. That was Turk's girlfriend at that time.
Oh, that was Turk girl?
Yeah, that was Turk girl at that time. Yeah.
Oh,
he was in high school on that picture, man. He was in high school.
Damn.
And Stupid wasn't even in high school. I think Stupid probably was in middle school, and Stupid was already off the porch getting it in. You feel me?
Wait, on that DVD, Be Stupid was that young?
Yeah, Be Stupid was young on that.
God dang! I thought he looked like he was a grown man.
No, he was like 15 or 16. Man. Yeah. Already off of the porch. Actually, on that video, that's when the DBs was popping, called the Dooney Boys.
The Dooney Boys. Okay.
Yeah, and that's whatever that was in. You feel me?
Right.
Stupid really is a crazy dude, bro. I would just say that. He really the life of the party, bro. Bro, he the life of the party. You feel me? At any moment it could go down with him. You feel me?
Understood. Hey, so you You when you had got hit the 5 times, right? And then you had what 7 months to start walking again. Is that how the weight? That's how you shedded your weight, or you started
Basically
dying?
that knocked my weight off back then. That knocked the weight off. That leg knocked the weight off me. You feel me?
uh-huh.
And then I got back big, and then they said last time I just put my health in front of me because I was pre-diabetic and I just stopped eating bread. But you know, me living in Atlanta, everybody healthy out here. You feel me? And
Right.
then you know, like it's luxury lifestyle out here. Like everybody wear Gucci and Louis Vuitton, and me wearing a 42 and 44. I'm like, man, niggas know that shit Gucci don't come in that size. You feel me? I'm trying to pull a knock off Gucci shirt off, and nigga like, come on, man, we know that shit ain't real. You feel me? So I just know I had to tone my diet down to get in that nice shit. You feel me?
Right. Understood.
And you know, Balenciagas don't have no 4X.
Come on, man.
You know that, man. You know, Balenciagas ain't making no shirt in 4X or Gucci ain't making no 4X shirts.
They ain't making none of that. You
don't even have a 3X jacket.
Listen, boy, you got to be super skin tight around there to wear all that.
So you know, got to be. And then me clubbing with my partners, I club out with my home. Because when I moved up here, Cito and Tonto and Power Money, they was already up here. Them dudes, they work out every day. And you know, Birdman work out every day. So I'm looking like, man, I'm the only one around him, but looking like a cornball. You feel me? So I'm like, man, let me go ahead and get myself together.
You ain't had no damn choice.
You ain't had no choice. You feel me?
Hey, so was you at home? Did you stay during Katrina, or you had left already?
I left the day before Katrina.
That was the most devastating shit I ever seen in my life on TV.
Real time. You feel me? You know, like during Katrina, bro, money wasn't nothing. If you had a gun, you was everything. Money ain't mean nothing during Katrina.
Nothing at all.
You couldn't buy nothing with money. Like people who leaving with their family in a car, you couldn't offer them money. They're like, man, this is my family. So if you had that burner and you saw a tour bus or something out there, you like, man, I'm taking that bus right there. And
damn.
You got that burner, they like, all right, man, these your keys. Here they go.
It was that bad?
Yeah, man. You know, that water wasn't playing.
Woo-wee. And they were stuck out there for what, 3 or 4 days?
3 or 4 days. Like if you ain't had no resources, you was asked out. Like you was just on your own. You feel me?
Damn. Did you and that's what made you go to Atlanta?
Actually after Katrina, I went to Houston, and then I wound up going to Baton Rouge after Houston. Because to me, Houston was tight. I wound up going from Houston to San Antonio. Then I come back down to Houston, and Houston was just too big for me. So I was like, I'm gonna go back to Baton Rouge because that's closer to home. Because in my mind, I was thinking I'm going back to New Orleans. Right. I still was like trying to get it in. Like street shit, you feel me?
Yeah.
Then after that, I was like, man, I'm gonna just move to Atlanta because everybody was talking good about it out here. And when I came out here and I went clubbing one time, Meech was out. My partner Network, he actually was hanging with BMF and Loon and Jazzy Faye. And you know, Jazzy Faye do beats, and he was giving whack and juvenile beats. So Jazzy Faye and Loon really the reason that I stayed in Atlanta. I could actually say that. I went out with them one night, bro. Man, when I tell you, man, this man had a Bentley, bro. And like, man, I'm like, man, this man black and got a Bentley? Man, I'm staying out here. I ain't going nowhere. And then Meech had the party, and I think it was at 112.
Yeah.
And I went up in there. This shit was like real life, motherfucker paid in full, like rich. You feel
real
me? Like,
balling shit going on.
Like, man, what the hell?
Yeah.
I ain't going nowhere. I'm here for good.
Yeah.
From there, I was just in.
Hey, now how did you? Then from there you in, right? So you just you transition from the Magnolia, from the projects to Atlanta to being a homeowner and having a family. Like, how did that transition come about? Did you ever even think
like,
that?
You know, I was getting to that age, and like when I got to Atlanta, I really didn't know nobody, so my hustle game didn't come with me, and I just had to really put my pride aside, and I wound up getting a job. So I wound up getting a job in the company that I worked for, which was Mardi. And you know, I was a bus driver. You feel me? And they offer pensions. So when I was there, I wound up stacking my pension up, and then I wound up taking my pension out, and I found some houses up in LaGrange, and me and my wife wound up buying a house in LaGrange. And from there, it just, you know, kept it in motion. You feel me? And I actually met 21 and my other partner, Triple C's, and all of them from actually driving the bus. You feel me? Like people, you think a bus driver is just like, oh, he's square or whatever. You feel me? And I'm basically trying to lay low because my pride with me. You feel me? I'm like
I'm Magnolia Lee. What the hell I'm doing?
Yeah. I'm driving the bus. I'm laying low. But in actuality, you know, when you get mad on the bus or somebody don't want to pay their fare on the bus, you like, man, hold up, homie.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm driving the bus, homie, but I'm really with this issue. You just don't know. You feel me?
Yeah.
And so one time, my 21 best friend is Johnny B, and I just wound up clicking with Johnny B one time, and from there on, I met 21, and then 21 blew up after that. And so I started back messing with the music, and 21 was like, man, let's knock out a song, and we wound up doing the song, and 21 just wound up taking off after that. And from that day, me and him just been family.
Hey, you know what's so crazy about that? Because I watched the interview when you was explaining how 21 is. You said 21 somebody, if he mess with you, he'll come in the studio, leave a verse for you real quick. He don't even got to know you like that.
He don't even know you like that. Yeah, he's just a genuine person, bro. Like once he feel you out and see what type of person you is, he basically like he fucked with me after that because he felt, you know, I ain't come off like I'm just like above nobody. You feel me?
Right.
I still was a regular street dude. You feel me?
Right.
And you know what I can say, you know, me being on the bus and them riding the bus and shit like that. His homie Johnny B used to ride my bus all the time.
Right.
But me being a street cat, I know how it is. So feel me? So I'm like, man, come on, man, ride the bus, man. I ain't tripping.
Right.
Feel me? I gotta come through y'all neighborhood.
Right, exactly.
Like, so basically it's like niggas ain't playing on the bus because they know Johnny B cool with me.
Okay, bet, got you, understood. Yeah. So, and you know, it's so crazy though, because when you were saying that story, and like I swear to God, bro, for the past couple weeks now, I mean, I've been getting blessings like how I DM'd you and you just hit me back, don't even know me from a can of paint and be like, and I'm just like, damn, man, I'm like,
yeah, you know that's how it falls sometimes. Like, man,
yeah.
This what I take everybody as a gangster. You feel me? Because if you push anybody in the corner, bro, they're gonna be a gangster. Ain't nobody gonna can't nobody slap nobody, mama, and get away with that.
No, it's not going.
Who it is? You slap somebody, mama, and all that business shit, all that shit out the window. Nigga, like, and slap my mom. I'm about to go tend to this shit. You feel me? That's how I'm built. I'm just built on for that. Like, man, a person working a job, you don't know what he did when he was young. You feel me?
Right,
you don't
exactly.
know what changed his life or what made him do that. Like the only reason I really changed my life, man, I actually was out when I got shot up. I drove myself to the hospital. So I basically told my girl, call up, you feel me, the Rio that whack was riding around with.
Yeah.
We went on, I think this on Broad, we went to look for another car. So I actually had my daughter out and I'm walking through the parking lot looking for cars, but I spotted a car that I was into it with. And I had my burner with me, but my wife, my girlfriend at the time, she was up inside of the dealership. So I run to bring my daughter inside of the dealership to come back out, thinking they spotted me. And from that moment, I knew that was my time to change because I had the burner on me and my daughter. I'm running with my daughter with a bang on me. So I was like, man, it's time for me to make my move. I'm tripping. I'm violating.
Damn. And then from then on out, you just started transitioning.
Yeah, I just started transitioning from there. I knew I knew that I could dip into town and dip back out and do what I wanted to do, and you know, without having to put my family in jeopardy. Because you know that ain't really cool for you to be having your daughter with you. I gotta ride around with my daughter in my car, and everybody in my city know my car. You feel me? Or my wife riding around in my car, like they don't know who behind the tits. You feel me?
And they might just start shooting because they know it's your car.
That's when I knew I had to change my surroundings.
And you know too, that if they know your car, they already remembered your license plates too. Yeah,
that's what New Orleans known for. Man, we learn license plates the same day. Once we see you in a whip, you could get off the Claiborne exit. Old boy and them just got off the exit. They out here. So we searching now. You feel me?
Ooh.
And you can have they can have 15 blue Altimas. But if we know them last 2 digits on your license plate, it's a wrap. You can slide down the street and be like, oh, that go the car right there. We gonna lay on that car. And we go, evidently you gotta come back to that car.
Damn.
And our city not that big, you feel me? So that's how I go in our city, you feel me? Like basically like everybody knew Magnolia Shorty car, you feel me? So, you know, that's how her situation came about, you feel me? They knew her car.
Yeah, but she done had.
Yeah,
That was wrong that she got touched though.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know I don't know the details, the real details. I just know I go based on what I saw and what I heard. You know what I'm saying?
Basically, like she was in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
Wrong place at the wrong time. Yeah, that
Even
was,
though that was her car, her old man moving around in the car. You feel me?
and that's how it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Look, I know you probably got stuff to do. I don't want to hold you up
Oh
too
man,
much.
you know what it is. Anytime, man. If you need me to knock out anything for you, man, it's love. If you need
Yeah,
me to plug anything for you,
yeah.
if you come with your clothing line, whatever, bro, just hit me, man. It's love, man.
Hey, if you man, look, same here, bro. I'm right here. I'm
When
in
I come
LA.
out to LA, I'm gonna make sure that I hit
Oh, my mama tap in, man. Let's tap
you.
in with me, bro. Look,
Yeah.
this is the last thing I need from you, man. Can you leave something positive to the youngins that think, because nowadays killing it, I mean, not nowadays, they been on that, but it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like
It's
killing
just
is just
like
at an all-time high.
man, the best thing I can say, bro, is man, like I can't and when I was their age, I was a knucklehead too.
Mm-hmm.
So even when I go back home, I got to treat like I got shot yesterday. So I'm still like moving like that when I get home. I just can't even like it's bigger than your block. That's all I can say. It's bigger than your block.
Understood. Well,
Like
yeah.
I know you know we built on we built on that term like buy back your block. That's a
Mm-hmm.
good saying to buy back your block, but at the same time, just like anybody else, we all most of our hate come from home. So you just gotta be on your 10 toes whenever you're at home, and it's just big. It's big out here. You gotta look at you gotta look at that's the West Coast and that's LA. But they also got Oregon, they got Georgia. You could come buy a house in Georgia. You feel me? For on a cheap thing and still live in LA, but you could come to Georgia and just chill out for a minute and clear your head and then come back to LA. You feel me? You just gotta shorten your time at where your hanging time. That's all I can say. Shorten your hanging time.
Understood, man. Well, I
It's
want
like
to.
that. Even when I go home, bro,
Yep.
I know I love my neighborhood. I
Yep.
still gotta be on my 10 toes when I'm at home. And I've been
Right.
away. I done been away for over 10 years now. But when I go back home, of course I want to go hang on my block and feel like I'm still like, man, this still me. I
You
ain't
want?
changed. I'm still in this skin. But I
Yeah.
also gotta look at, man, I got daughters now. Like what I'm getting off for showing everybody I'm still aching. You feel me?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing but a
Nothing.
sitting duck.
But with growth, all that come. You feel me? I don't wanna tell a youngin like don't tote the banger when he's
Mm-hmm.
still when he's still trapped on his block. You feel me? It's just
Mm-hmm.
he just gotta open his mind up and find a way out the box. You feel me?
Right. Got you.
And getting a
Understood.
job ain't a bad thing. I don't know why everybody thinks like 9 to 5 a bad thing. You feel me? You could get a 9 to 5. Man, you could get a 9 to 5 and
I done
hustle
had
and
a
put
lot of
your
nine to
bread up.
fives.
Man, it's so unbelievable now. You can have a 9 to 5 and get a Bentley. Like man,
Listen.
this shit is incredible to me now. Man, they got man, I got a partner right now, Hell Junkie Guru, bro. She
Uh-huh.
don't do nothing but sell hell. Man, she out here really living. I'm like,
Having.
damn, like having. You feel me?
You know what's so funny, man? Because I try to I tell people this is my whole thing, man. I don't think a lot of the young dudes in the hood see the people that's working 9 to 5 that's making money balling. You can be balling off of construction. You can be balling off of. You can be a plumber with some bread. You can be an
Yeah,
electrician with some bread. You can have the same chain, same nice
yeah,
house. You can do the same
yeah.
thing.
I get a lot of that. Like even though I got a new piece in the making right now, I just wasn't like big. The young me, I was big on jewelry. Like every time they changed from Cuban links to herringbone, I thought I had to switch with them. But now I got one chain and I'll be like, man, I'm good with this. You feel me?
Right,
My
right,
shit real. I saved up and purchased this. I don't
right,
need the Cuban link when everybody wearing Cuban links.
right,
But the young me, I was like, man, I'm about to go get that new big thing. You heard me?
right, right.
Put it on. You feel me?
What you got that
But
new Levy piece coming?
yeah, I got something coming. You heard me? I'm gonna put it out there. You feel me? But
uh,
I thought, like the young you be thinking like, oh, I need a Lamborghini. But
yeah.
when you get you a whip, like what I could say. When I was young, I thought I wanted a 7 Series Beamer. When I got the 7 Series Beamer, I still wasn't like happy because I wanted to enjoy it with my partner. And my partner, he didn't get his Beamer at the same time as me. So I'm like, man, I really ain't enjoying this. Like I'm going out of the country and all of that. But even though I'm enjoying it with my wife and my kids, I'm way up in Italy enjoying my wife and my kids in Italy. But at the same time, when I go back to my neighborhood or hang out with my partner, I really can't kick it with my partner and be like, man, Italy was a beast. But you know, when you with your partner and you go to the Dominican Republic, y'all done made some memories in the Dominican Republic. You be like, bitch, we cut up while we was out there. You feel me? Hey, see, so that's what it's about. Like, I really, if I get a lamb, I want to make sure I have enough to get 2 lambs. My partner come and cop a lamb with me, because you won't turn that bin, and when you turn that corner, you could be like, we turned that corner in them lambs on Monday. Next Friday, I could be like, boy, you remember we fucked the hood up when we came with the lamb? Yeah. I have somebody to talk about it with. Because when you get money and you put it by yourself, it ain't happy. I'm not happy getting money by myself. Like my partner owned a daiquiri shop. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Like, man, being young, I never thought he'll own a daiquiri shop or I'll own a house. Yeah. I never thought that. I never in my life thought about, oh man, I'm gonna own a house and have renters and be a landlord. Man, I was thinking I want to be a landlord in the Magnolia, like. You know, I'm a street landlord. You feel me? You sound like Uncle Larrell, the landlord. He say the landlord mouth, the mouth of the landlord. What he say? Yeah, Uncle Larrell, the mouth landlord. Yeah, Uncle Larrell, man. But you know what, man? What's so funny is, man, seeing your transition is like. It's motivational and it's inspiring, bro. I just hope that everybody get it as that. You feel me? As motivation. You feel me? Right. I ain't got to Birdman status yet, but man, you can actually be happy with $100,000, $200,000, and with your home and them just kicking shit. You really don't want to. I don't say ain't nothing wrong with being filthy rich, but you just want to really be comfortable. When you get to that comfortable stage, like I can still make some dumb decisions. Like I've been tweaking for an R8 Audi, you feel me? Oh. I actually been going to the lots and looking at them. I got my wife to settle me down, you feel me? You know, you gotta have that person next to you, like, yeah, you know, I could go up in there and get it, but when I leave a lot, I'm gonna have it long enough to really enjoy it. Like my wife be like, you don't really need that. Like that ain't nothing, that's material shit. Like so she keep you grounded. You gotta have somebody grounded next to you. You feel me? You always, even if that person don't have a wife, I got a homie that'll be like, man, you don't really need that right now. Let's just chill for a minute. We gonna go out the country or something. You feel me? Understood. Hey, you had somebody. You said somebody had put you on to that you was going to the auctions of buying the homes out there. My partner Corey, he owned New Orleans Daiquiri Bar and Grill in Atlanta on Old National. He actually got a second location coming on Tower Boulevard. Like he really the reason that I started the housing thing. You feel me? Like he was going to get on what the shit on first. He started off with the I think it's some type of way where you buy the house and if the person don't pay the taxes on it in that time. Okay. What's it called? I forgot. Shit, man. My homegirl, she that's what he actually started off doing. But he ran into a problem with that because he was like, somebody wound up paying the tax. The homes, what's that? I think the ones in foreclosure. Foreclosure, yeah. Somebody wound up paying it off. But when you got the title to it, the thing about that is once they pay it off, the government, basically the state got to pay you your money back that you paid for it. And they take it and they take longer. They take like 6 months for they shoot you your bread back. If you put up 20 grand on something, it's taking them 6 months to give you your 20 grand back. And I'm like, man, I don't like that shit. Yeah. And that's when he started going to the auction and just literally buying the house out full cash or whatever. And so from there, when I saw he got freed up, I was like, damn, man, how you did that? And that's when he was like, man, I've been doing the auction shit. And he was going every Tuesday of the month. That's how it is in Georgia. You basically get it's $2 for the little paper. You go down to the courthouse. Yeah. And it's $2 for a little sheet, and they give you all the houses on there. Now, some of the houses on there might have somebody living in it, so you can't go inside and inspect them. So you basically going on the outside of it. But you do your due diligence and you pass around the house or whatever and see what it is. Like I even almost made a mistake and bought a mobile home. Like I'm looking at the mobile home, it was like $6 grand.
Right.
But the mobile home was on an acre of land. So I'm like, man, all that's gonna be my land.
Yeah, I would have took that.
And then the mobile home, whoever had the mobile home, they had did the house exterior of it to where you couldn't even tell it was a mobile home. It looked like a real house.
Like a house,
So
okay.
Like, yeah, so I'm like, I done already started the process on Mall Shoes. I think it's called mallshoes.com or something, where you do it online.
Okay.
So I'm already started the process to send the deposit. But when I got ready to close on the shit and about to close on it, they telling me that I had to get a deed for the land also, which whoever owned the mobile home had the land also. But they didn't never combine their land with their mobile home.
With the mobile home.
So that means it was basically two separate things. They could come back and take their land from me. So I was like, oh no, I don't want that big. Fuck that. I backed up out of that shit and got my money back. And so happened, it was a blessing that I backed up out of that. I wound up catching something in LaGrange, which is an hour away from Atlanta. And I caught that for like 27 grand. And when I caught that for 27 grand, they had it's basically two homes on one land. It's like the garage was detached. So the garage had like a studio above the garage. So I got the front house, which was a 3-bedroom, and the back house, which is part of the garage, but on top is basically a studio. So I'm able to rent the front and the back.
For 27,000?
27. And now to this here day I think it's worth 81 the last time we got appraised. And I only been owning this place about 2 years, you feel me?
Damn, that's crazy, man.
Man, that's crazy, you feel me? And then, it's easy once you get the thing, they got equity and shit like that. I haven't touched that yet. I just say, I want to touch it, but I ain't, I'm good with what my renters bringing into me, you feel me?
Right.
And by being down in LaGrange, it's a country area. Basically, your gas and your electric, all that's in the same, like, bill. So it ain't like the city part of Atlanta where all of that's separate. So it's basically cheaper out there. Even though it's a 45-minute drive, it's worth it because I'm in Atlanta. All I got to do is go drive by. I can pick up my money orders or whatever and keep it moving. And I can basically look at my property and see how it is. You feel me?
And do whatever you got to do, maintain it.
Whatever you got to do,
yeah. Hey, man, I just want to say, man, thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man.
That's what we supposed to do with each other. Right. We share information. The young guys be like, man, I don't do homes like that. I ain't about to fuck with that. Right. But now we in a better time and we coming to a better place in life. We able to share with each other and just educate each other on things. You feel me?
Right. Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. And before I cut out, man, let the people know where they can find you at. What's your Instagram?
You can get at me on Instagram at Magnolia Levy, at MAGNOLIALEVEE. And my YouTube, all that's the same. And man, I'm just a regular person. And man, just holler at me, man.
Hey, Levy,
I got the movie coming out. I'm looking at like March with the movie. We're gonna drop NOLA 94, me and Video Wayne.
Hey, man, Video Wayne. Hey, man, that boy got a cold voice, boy. Hey, Video Wayne, the truth.
Yeah, bro, he'll cut up, bro. He actually in the city shooting something right now. But on the weekends, I've been knocking out the movie thing, and man, it's gonna fuck y'all head up when I'm playing in the movie.
Hey, man, just let me. Hey, when it drops, send it to me, man. Whatever new music
and
through, I'm gonna share it.
I'm gonna give you a sample of the movie. Like the movie is based off of what I can say. The movie is based off of New Orleans is known for is known for greed and just corrupt government, you feel me? So basically, you done have police that done whack women and shit like that in New Orleans, you feel me? And then got women whacked, you feel me? I'll put you up on game off camera and let you know, you feel me? Man, it's good. NOLA 94 is basically like the year is based off.
That's what you said off of not how it was in 94.
Yeah, it's basically all based off of 1994. And y'all gonna be surprised how it turned out, but you're gonna be surprised. But I'm about to send something to your phone to let you know what it's based off and everything.
Send it through.
All right, man. Holla at me, man. You know it's love.
I'm gonna holler at you for sure, man. I appreciate it.
I'm about to send it to your phone right now. I'm doing that as we speak. I'm gonna send it to your phone what I got going on with the movie and everything.
I bet, man. Stay safe, man. I'm gonna hit you up,
man. Stay safe, man.
All right.
All right.
Bet.
All right, bet.